All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to Allah Akim doing and pushing his word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. So, the scriptures tell you that. Actually, let me get it. Let me get it before I even jump into. Second Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay? So, these wicked individuals out here, especially these Edomites, even 2/3, when they do something to you, you shouldn't be thinking in the main thing sometimes what happens is that you get angry and the anger clouds your vision, okay? Don't let emotions cloud your vision. So remember, what you rely on is much more powerful than any of their actions that they're doing, okay? Because man's goings are of the Lord, all right? And the scriptures, Hebrews chapter, 10? Don't exact that vengeance, right? Let the Lord deal with that. And also in Sirach, it tells you that too. Chapter 28, around there. So, when these wicked ass people do things to you, especially put up curses on them and, keep it moving. Because there is sentence for the wicked, okay? So let me bring this up. Sentence for the wicked. Okay? These Edomites got a sentence. The Lord said that he preserved them to the day of judgment, right? He's going to preserve them to the day of judgment. All the wicked, okay? So focus on righteousness. Don't focus on these, wicked ass niggas out here, man. Because these niggas will do some shit that, get you well pissed off, and in your anger, you act out, and that's not good. Okay, that's not how we're supposed to be walking. That's not how we're supposed to be, conducting ourselves, So let me get this real quick. 2nd Ezra. So I said focus on righteousness, okay? Don't focus on, wickedness. Don't have your mind tied up with that. Focus on what we have. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So don't focus on the unrighteous, the ungodly. They shall be punished, okay? They shall be punished, okay? And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. See? So focus upon the righteousness, okay? Focus upon this work. Focus upon, doing the work onto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Don't let them plant seeds in your mind, okay? Every day you got that grudge in you, and you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving, man. The Lord's got a judgment for them, all right? So focus on righteousness. Don't let them get you caught up. Because right now, let's go to this real quick. Psalm chapter 50 and verse 21. While you did all this, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. But now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. This is why they hate us, right? Because, what is that, Isaiah 13? If I'm not mistaken, shake the hand that may enter into the gates, the nobles. So they're hearing these things there, and it's, stirring something up in them. They're getting nervous, they're fumbling, dropping the bag, as they say, in front, But hey, we don't have time to be focusing on, okay, he did this to us, he did that to us. But guess what? What are we going to do? We're going to turn around, put up curses on you, and keep it focused, keep it moving, right? Because we know, hey, we're bringing up all these charges against your ass. We're bringing up all the dirt that you've been doing for centuries. And the Lord is loving it. The Lord is like, yeah, keep it going, man. Remember, it tells you that her sins have reached onto heaven, and the Most High remembered it. Okay? So, who's speaking? Right now, the Lord is speaking through us, his servants, the prophets. And we are listening. We're telling them, yo, you're guilty on this, you're guilty on that, you're guilty on this. And they don't like that. Okay? They don't like that at all. Yep, let's go to Isaiah chapter, just quoted it. So, we're listing all those charges, what you did, and it's entered into your gates. Amos chapter 5 and 10. Isaiah 13 and 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, they may go into the gates of the nobles. Like, tell them off. Okay, and we're telling them, yo, you're in trouble. The big man upstairs said you in trouble. Okay, you in big trouble. Right? So, ain't nothing you can do. All right? The Lord is directing his anger towards you. So, the Lord is remembering all these things. He says, you know what? I got that. Let me blow off the dust off of this. I got that judgment book for you right here. I already see your end. Okay? And my servants, they see your end too. This is why they walk by faith. This is why they don't extend their hand out to you and lift up against you. Okay? My servants got a job to do and they doing it. I got others for that. Okay? Let's go to something real quick. Because you thought you were slick, Esau. You thought you were slick. Psalms chapter 11 and verse 5. Yahweh trieth the righteous, but the wicked, and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. The Lord is trying us right now, okay? Putting us through these situations, where the wicked, they're in their world. They're in their, their high position right now, okay? We're servants, princesses walking as servants right now onto this man, okay? And they've, a multitude of things they're guilty against us, okay? A multitude of things, man. And we go through that day and day and day and day in and day out, day in and day out, constantly being tried, okay? But we're holding firm and holding fast to what the Lord has told us to do, okay? But, the Lord don't love the soul of the wicked. He loves the soul of the righteous. This is why we don't despise the chastenings of the Lord. Verse 6, upon the wicked he shall rain sneers, fire, and brimstone. Hold up, that don't sound too good. Okay? There's a judgment for the righteous and there's a judgment for the wicked. Right? This is why, like I said, we don't extend our hand out to you to hurt you and this and that. We stay the course. We walk by faith. We keep everything that the Lord has said for us to do. Behave yourself in the proper manner. Remember, we are in our captivity. All right? And the trying, here it is. We got this, precious word here. And we're in our captivity. And we have to abide by his laws, statutes, and commandments. As long as they don't supersede the word of the Lord. But we got to stay to that, course. And, the Wadi Al Bashim El Shai for having spirit with us, man. Because, any average Jake that found this out, like how we know, if they found out, like how we know, some of them Jakes might not be able to take it, man. They might snap, flip out, and exact revenge, right? Anyways, upon the wicked ye shall rain sneers, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. Okay? For the righteous, Yahweh loveth righteousness. His conscience doeth uphold the upright. Salakia. Let me say it again. For the righteousness, Yahweh loveth righteousness. His conscience doeth behold the upright. Okay? So you see the reward, for the wicked, and you see the reward for the righteous. Remember, it tells you in Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, he cares for the ones that loveth him. That's the righteous, right? Lord will we be of that number, that 144. So going back into this, that's the portion for a wicked man. Here's another portion for them too, because these wicked, on their high horse, think that they can really fuck with the Lord. And the Lord is going to annihilate them, turning them to damn near ashes. 2 Ezra chapter 13 and verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay, so that's another reward for the wicked. All right, the Lord is gonna annihilate. Hey, let's get that real quick actually too in Job. There's a judgment for you, man. You're not gonna escape with all the wickedness that you have done. Okay. Job chapter 20 and 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's laborers, that word there. If I'm not mistaken, that word there is laborers, okay? When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eaten. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Yeah, he's going to try to flee in those bunkers. A lot of those bunkers, tell you, when those nukes are going off, a lot of those bunkers were rated for maybe 1 or 2 nukes. You know what I mean? But a lot of those bunkers are not. A lot of those guys are going to be crushed down there, man. Imagine you being under the earth, right? And the walls just start. There's nowhere to run. You're done. You're finished, man. Horrible way to die. But anyways, that's your portion, man. Okay. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places, and a fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Yeah, when these nukes go off, man, a fire that's not blown, that's talking about the nuclears. That's also in Isaiah chapter 54. The smith that created those weapons for the Lord, okay? The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, and his heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh. See, so you want to join hand in hand with this, man? Go ahead. That's what's appointed unto the wicked, man. The Lord preserveth them for that day. All right? 2/3 of our people. Well, since I'm here, let me get this first. 2/3 of our people and these other miserable fucking people in the world too, man. You're not a part of that 144. You're gonna catch all hell in that day, man. Job chapter 21 and verse 30. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Okay? It's plain and simple, man. This is why we don't focus on petty things in the world. Okay? Let me get that scripture as a matter of fact. It goes perfect with what's going on here. 2 Ezra chapter 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. Okay? Because you read the rest. Greater evils is coming to this world, man. Okay, so we really got to be focused. We really got to be sharp. You know what I mean? Using the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that the Lord has imparted onto us, man. Okay. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay. Yeah, because their portion is to be destroyed. Okay. And yeah, let's get to the ultimate one for E. Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. You know what stubble is? And what is it compared to a flame? It burns. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. Okay, and we know that Esau is still around today. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, so 2/3 of our people, all right, 2/3 of our people are gonna be annihilated along. You know, they're gonna get caught up in some shit. Nukes are gonna catch them too. But really, that weapon that Esau made, he's gonna. What's Psalms? Let me get that real quick. Yep, Psalms chapter 7 and verse 15. He made a pit and dug it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head. His violent dealing shall come down upon his own plate. Okay? So, Lord, hey, you know, keep focus on righteousness, man. Keep focus on doing the work unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Don't focus on the wicked. Don't exact revenge. You know, leave that to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because, you know, all this shit that these people be doing against us, scoffing, scorning, you know, just doing wicked shit to us, you know, the Lord sees it, okay? And the Lord is going to judge them, man. He's going to be, hey, they ain't going to like what they going to get. You know, they ain't going to like their consolation, their prize. So with that, hey, all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I hope you're edified, Lord.